Hola clase, hoy vamos a hablar de los adjetivos y pronombres demostrativos. Okay, so we're just going to be able to point out and identify where people and things are located by using these demonstrative adjectives and pronouns. Okay, so clase, basically what demonstrative adjectives equal in English are this, that, these, and those. Okay, so we're basically pointing out people and objects, and we're talking about the distance between the speaker and those objects or the person. And what we normally do is place the adjectives before the noun, and it has to agree with gender and number. So let's look at our foto aquí, or dibujo, right? Because it's a drawing. Este chico es muy guapo. Sí, pero aquel es muy rico, right? So this guy is very cute. So it's this guy that's here in her, or on this magazine. And this girl's saying, no, but that one over there, right? He is rich. Okay, muy bien. So clase, let's look at what our demonstrative adjectives are in español. We have este and esta, right? So this is our masculine and this is our feminine, and both of them mean this. Estos y estas are the plural forms, significan these. Ese y esa, that. Esos y esas, those. Aquel y aquella, that over there, and this is usually at a pretty larger distance, and aquellos and aquellas, those over there. Okay? So as I told you, these first forms, este, ese, and aquel, are your masculine singular. Esta, esa, aquella, feminine singular. And then you have your masculine plural, estos, esos, y aquellos, and feminine plural, estas, esas, y aquellas. So they need to match up with the noun that follows them. Now, one way to remember the difference between these forms and these forms, okay, is to think of this rhyme. This and these have T's, and that and those don't. Now, that doesn't make any sense in English, but it does in Spanish. So this and these have T's, right? Here are T's. And that and those, right, they don't. So that's how you can tell the difference. But be careful, guys, with your masculine singular forms, because they do end in E's even though the plurals have O's in them. Okay, so clase, this and these are going to refer to people or things or even events. You can do this about time that are close to you as the speaker. That and those, right? The ese, esa, esos, and esas refer to people or things, events that are farther away or they're closer to the person that you're speaking with. Okay, so not near you as the speaker, but closer to the person you're speaking with. And these last ones refer to people, things, or events that are even farther off, right? There's even a larger distance in space and time. Either or. Okay, so we do have some location, words of location that go with these, and as we look at some examples, I will show those to you. So those were our adjectives. Now let's look at our pronouns. Now remember, pronouns replace. They replace nouns. And these are going to take the place of nouns, and usually we would translate these as this one, these, that one, those, that sort of thing. Okay, so clase, again, notice that these forms are exactly the same as your adjectives, right? We've got este, esta, estos, estas, ese, esa, esos, esas, aquel, aquella, aquellos, aquellas. So the exact same thing, except for they're replacing nouns at this point. And we'll look at some examples of that so that you can kind of see the difference. Now, our last type of pronouns that we have are esto, eso, and aquello. And these are neuter forms. Not neutered, not neutered. We're not talking about pets here. Neuter, which just means neutral. And we use these to point out ideas, actions, or concepts, or unspecified objects or things. So, you know, if we're talking about the idea of peace, and I want to say, I'm for this, then I would say esto, because peace, that is an idea, right? So, something like that. Here we have, aquello no me gusta. I don't like that. Right? I don't like that business. I don't like that matter. And because this business, this thing, isn't really concrete, we have to go with that. No dije eso. I didn't say that. Right? So this is a concept. It's something you said. It doesn't really have a gender. Esto está mal. This is wrong. You know? This action, right? It's not really a word we're referring to. Okay. Now, we also use these forms to ask for a definition of something. So, ¿qué es esto? Or sorry, ¿qué es eso? In this case, what is that? But we could also say, ¿qué es esto? Which is, what is this? Right? And then you would tell them, es una biblioteca. Right? I can't imagine why anybody would ask you what a library is, but, you know, there are instances where things happen, especially if you don't know the word in the other language. Here's the one I was saying originally, because this is the one that I use the most in classes, and that's ¿qué es esto? What is this, right? Es una pulsera. It's a bracelet. So let's practice a little bit so that you can kind of see the differences here. So we have blank libro que yo tengo aquí es una novela. So we're going to use an adjective here because we've got libro, and we want to say this book, right? Now notice there's aquí. Aquí. So aquí actually always goes with certain forms, and we're going to see those in a minute. It always goes with the this forms or these forms. So clase, what would our answer be here? If we have libro, which adjective are we going to put in the blank? It will be este. Este libro que yo tengo aquí es una novela. This book that I have here, that's what aquí means here, is a novel. Okay, so we have the same guy talking. ¿De qué materia es that libro que tienes allí? And now we have the person he's talking with. So we need to say that and make it match up with libro, right? Because this is an adjective. Okay, so what's it going to be? It's going to be ese because we're saying that. And the location word that kind of goes with that is ahí. Ahí, right? Remember our double L makes a Y sound. So he's asking this person over here, what subject is this book that you have over there? Or what's the subject? And this person says, es de matemáticas, right? It's a math. It's about math. Okay, so next we have that. That libro que está allá en la mesa es un diccionario, ¿no? Right? And there was supposed to be a person here, but the person disappeared. Okay, so there's a person talking, an invisible person, right, saying exacto. But we're still using the adjective. So what is our word for that? It has to match up with libro. And notice that it's way over here. It's at a larger distance. It is going to be, oh, the person showed up. Okay, aquel libro, right? Because libro is masculine. Notice that we use allá. Again, the double L makes the y sound. Allá, because it's all the way over here. Okay, so now we have more than one book. So how would we say these books? Okay, it's going to be estos. Estos libros los debo devolver a la biblioteca. So I should return these books to the library. Okay. So he wants to say, are those books interesting? So what is going to mean those and match up with libros? Esos libros son interesantes. Okay. So he's asking them now, ¿conocen ustedes a las chicas que leen those libros? Right? So do you know the girls that are reading those books? These girls over here. So he's asking them, and they're saying they don't. So what is those going to be? Aquellos, right? Because it's way over here. Those way over here. Remember that was allá. Okay, so here we have mochila, right? Mochila. We're going through the same thing, but now we're talking about feminine, right? So what would this be? Esta mochila es muy bonita, right? Okay, so what is our guy saying now? That mochila no es tan grande como esta, right? So notice they've actually used a pronoun here. This guy's used a pronoun. He's saying that book bag isn't as big as this one, right? So notice there's no noun after it. Here we have a noun, right? We're replacing over here because we're saying, instead of saying mochila again, right? Instead of saying then this book bag, we're just saying then this one. Okay? So what is that as an adjective that goes with mochila? Esa. Muy bien. Okay, I'm going to kind of power through some of these, guys, because I'm running out of time for this video. So you may need to pause a little more. So that mochila, right? And you probably can't see it because it's over here where my face is. It should be aquella. ¿De quiénes son these mochilas? So what is it going to match up with mochilas? Estas. Okay? Those mochilas son suyas, ¿verdad? Right, so he's talking about these over here. Right? So those. What is it going to be? Esas. And finally, there's a couple, you might be able to see them sticking out above my little video section over here. And he's going to say, those mochilas y estas deben estar perdidas, yo creo. So he's saying that those over here and the ones that he's got near him must be lost. So what would match up with mochilas and mean those very far away? Aquellas. Muy bien. Okay, clase. So we didn't really talk that much about the pronouns. And I want to go back to that one slide where we did have one. Right? So again, the book bag we were talking about, oops, the mochila is where my face is at, okay? I'm not sure that you can see that. But he wants to talk about this one way over there. So we use aquella, right? We use aquella. Aquella mochila es muy similar a esta. Right? So that book bag is very similar to this one. He could have just as easily said, aquella mochila es muy similar a esta mochila. Right? And at that point, that would be an adjective, because we're just going to say this book bag, right? But he's replaced it and is going to say instead this one. But it has to match with mochila because that's what's being replaced down here, okay? And then we had our other one, right? This was our other example. Esa mochila no es tan grande como esta. So he's talking about the one that she has, right? So that book bag isn't as big as this one, right? Instead of saying it isn't as big as this book bag, right? So we could again say esta mochila, right? And say this book bag, but instead he's decided to replace it completely with esta, which means this one. Okay, clase. So I hope this makes it a little more clear about the demonstrative adjectives and the pronouns. And of course, if you have any questions about the demonstratives, let me know. Hasta luego, clase.